Belly fat is more than just a number on the scale or a reflection in the mirror. It's a silent signal, a warning light, and a challenge that so many face in today's world. Across generations and cultures, people have waged war against the stubborn bulge around their midsection, often to little avail. You might have tried every diet, sweated through countless workouts, and even popped a few miracle pills, only to watch your belly fat persist, or worse, multiply. Why is it that the more we try, the more it seems to grow? To unravel this mystery, we have to go deeper, peeling back the layers of biology, hormones, and habits to uncover the truth about belly fat. Why it's so persistent, why our best efforts often backfire, and how to finally outsmart it using real science. First, let's face the uncomfortable facts. Belly fat isn't just about aesthetics. It's not just a matter of fitting into your favorite jeans or feeling confident at the beach. Belly fat, especially the deep kind known as visceral fat, wraps itself around your organs, your liver, your pancreas, your intestines. It's not idle padding, it's active, releasing inflammatory chemicals and hormones that can set the stage for serious health problems. Heart disease, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, fatty liver disease. The list goes on. The World Health Organization, the CDC, and doctors around the globe agree. Excess belly fat is one of the leading predictors of chronic illness, and it's a problem that is spreading, not shrinking, in modern society. But why is this happening now to so many, and at such a young age? It wasn't always like this. Not long ago, childhood obesity was rare. Now it's a global crisis. Adults who once prided themselves on their fitness find themselves battling creeping waistlines as the years pass. Many people assume the obvious answer: I must be doing something wrong. Maybe I just need to eat less and move more. Yet they double down on effort, cutting calories further, upping the cardio, only to find that their belly fat holds on tighter than ever before. Frustration sets in, and with it, the myth that some people are just genetically doomed to carry extra fat for life. The truth is more nuanced. We have to understand how our bodies actually store fat, especially around the belly, before we have any hope of changing the outcome. At its core, fat storage is a story of energy, hormones, and survival. Every time you eat, your body takes in fuel in the form of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. These nutrients are broken down into glucose, amino acids, and fatty acids, which circulate in your bloodstream, ready to be used by cells for energy. But your body is always planning for the future, not just the present. If there's more fuel than you need right now, your body stores the excess for later, in the form of body fat. Carbohydrates are broken down quickly into glucose, your body's preferred source of immediate energy. If you're active, your muscles gobble up glucose to power movement. But if you're sedentary or you've already met your energy needs, the extra glucose is swept up by insulin, a hormone released by the pancreas. Insulin's job is to shuttle glucose into cells, either to be burned or stored. Once your muscle and liver cells are full, insulin signals your body to convert the overflow into triglycerides, which are then stored in fat cells, most often around your belly. But it's not just the fat you eat that becomes body fat. In fact, excess carbohydrates and even protein can be converted to fat through a process called de novo lipogenesis. This is why, for example, a cow or buffalo, animals that eat almost exclusively grass and plants with very little dietary fat, can still store plenty of body fat. The body is an energy storage machine, always preparing for the next famine or food shortage. So, why does belly fat become so stubborn? And why does it seem to grow no matter what you do? The answer lies in our evolutionary history. For thousands of years, food scarcity was the norm. Those who could store extra energy as fat had a survival advantage. Our bodies evolved highly efficient mechanisms to store fat quickly and to hold onto it tightly, especially around the abdomen, where it provides quick access to energy if food suddenly runs out. In modern times, this survival mechanism is working against us. Food is everywhere, on every corner and every cupboard, available 24/7. Our bodies, however, haven't caught up. They still respond to every calorie surplus as if famine is just around the corner, stashing away excess energy in fat cells, especially around the belly. And here's where the hormones come in, specifically 3 key players: insulin, cortisol, and growth hormone. Insulin is the gatekeeper of fat storage. Every time you eat, especially carbohydrates, insulin rises, telling your body to store energy. High insulin not only promotes fat storage, it actually blocks your ability to burn stored fat. As long as insulin is elevated, your body is locked in storage mode, and your belly fat is safe from being burned for energy. Cortisol, often called the stress hormone, is released in response to physical or emotional stress. In small doses, cortisol helps regulate metabolism and maintain alertness. But chronic stress, whether from work, lack of sleep, relationship troubles, or even excessive exercise, keeps cortisol levels high. High cortisol raises your blood sugar, which triggers more insulin, creating a perfect storm for belly fat accumulation. Worse, cortisol specifically drives fat storage to the abdominal area, making belly fat even more stubborn. Growth hormone is the unsung hero in the fight against fat. It helps build muscle and encourages your body to burn stored fat for energy. Growth hormone levels are highest at night, during deep sleep, and in response to certain types of exercise and fasting. Unfortunately, as we age, growth hormone levels decline, one reason why belly fat becomes more common with each passing decade. So what's the solution? How can you turn off the fat storage switch and activate your body's natural fat-burning machinery? The answer is not to work harder, but to work smarter by understanding and manipulating your hormones and energy balance. Step 1. Eat smart to control insulin. The fastest way to lower insulin is to cut back on carbohydrates, especially refined sugars and grains. Aim for less than 50 grams of carbs per day if you want to kickstart fat burning. Replace those calories with healthy fats, avocados, olive oil, nuts, seeds, and moderate amounts of protein from fish, poultry, eggs, and dairy. This way, you keep blood sugar stable, insulin low, and your body primed to burn stored fat. Step 2. Choose the right exercise. Many people believe that the harder they work out, the more fat they'll burn. But research shows that intense anaerobic exercise, like sprints, heavy weightlifting, or high-intensity interval training, can actually spike cortisol and insulin, making it harder to lose belly fat. Instead, focus on aerobic activities that promote a steady heart rate: walking, light cycling, swimming, or gentle jogging. These exercises keep insulin and cortisol in check, while encouraging your body to tap into stored fat for energy. Step 3. Harness the power of fasting. Intermittent fasting, restricting your eating window to 8 hours per day and fasting for the other 16, has been shown to lower insulin, increase growth hormone, and put your body into a powerful fat-burning state. For example, you might eat breakfast at 9 a.m., have dinner at 5 p.m., and then fast until the next morning. Once your body adapts, you can experiment with longer fasts, such as a 24-hour fast every 10 days, or even a 48 to 72-hour fast if you're healthy and under medical supervision. Fasting not only burns belly fat, it also improves insulin sensitivity, lowers inflammation, and may even help reverse some chronic diseases. What can you expect if you follow these steps? In the first week, you'll likely notice reduced bloating and more stable energy. By the end of 3 weeks, as your body becomes fat adapted, you'll feel lighter, clearer-headed, and more in control of your appetite. Within 3 to 6 months, belly fat will shrink noticeably, your waistline will tighten, and many chronic health problems, like high blood pressure, elevated blood sugar, and fatigue, may begin to improve. But perhaps the most important result is psychological. When you understand how your body works, you stop fighting it blindly. Instead of treating your metabolism like an enemy, you turn it into an ally. You make choices that align with your biology. You become resilient, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Of course, there are no magic bullets. Pills and potions that promise effortless fat loss rarely deliver lasting results. Sustainable change comes from knowledge, patience, and consistency. It means embracing the basics, eating whole foods, managing stress, moving your body, and allowing yourself periods of true rest and fasting. And while the journey may feel overwhelming at first, remember, belly fat didn't appear overnight, and it won't disappear overnight either. But every step you take, every smart meal, every mindful walk, every restorative fast brings you closer to a healthier, leaner, and more energized version of yourself. You might be wondering, is it really possible to reset your body's fat storage system after years or even decades of struggle? The answer, supported by science and the stories of countless individuals, is yes. Your body is incredibly adaptable. Even if you've battled belly fat for years, you can teach your metabolism new tricks. By lowering insulin and cortisol and boosting growth hormone, you can force your body to dip into its fat stores, especially around the belly. But this transformation isn't just about biology, it's about mindset. For too long, many have blamed themselves, thinking they're not disciplined enough or genetically lucky enough to have a flat belly. The truth is, you've been fighting an uphill battle against powerful, ancient survival mechanisms designed to keep you alive in a world of scarcity. Now that you understand the rules of the game, you can finally play to win. So the next time you feel discouraged, when the scale barely budges or your jeans still fit a little snug, remember this: progress is happening, even if it's beneath the surface. Your hormones are recalibrating. Your cells are relearning how to burn fat. Your body is becoming more efficient, more balanced, and more resilient. Above all, don't fall for quick fixes or crash diets. These approaches only spike cortisol, raise insulin, and ultimately make belly fat more stubborn. Instead, focus on steady, sustainable changes. Nourish your body with real food, move in ways that feel good. Manage stress through mindfulness, sleep, and social connection. Give yourself the gift of time and patience. In the end, the truth about belly fat is simple but profound. It is not your enemy, but a messenger, one that tells you when your hormones are out of balance, when your body is storing more than it's burning. Listen to its message, respond with smart, science-backed strategies, and you will see change, not just in your waistline, but in your overall health, energy, and quality of life. The journey to a leaner, healthier body isn't about punishing yourself or chasing the latest fad. It's about working with your biology, not against it. It's about turning knowledge into power, and power into lasting transformation. And as you move forward, step by step, you'll discover that the most stubborn fat can be conquered, not through struggle, but through understanding, patience, and a commitment to working with your body, not against it. That is the real truth about belly fat, and the key to unlocking a healthier, happier you.